This strange looking culture can turn milk into a drink with up to 3 times more probiotics than yogurt. And once you have it, you can keep reusing it for years. But here's the surprising part. Most people either make kefir incorrectly or give up when they think it's too much work. So today, I'm gonna show you exactly how to make kefir, how to know when it's ready, how to store it, how to flavor it, and my secret hack on how you can continue making kefir even with a busy lifestyle. First, what exactly is this superhero drink? Kefir is a fermented drink made using kefir grains. Despite the name, these are not grains like rice or wheat. Think of them as tiny fermentation factory made up of bacteria and yeast. When kefir grains are added to milk, they start consuming lactose and start transforming milk through fermentation. The result is a tangy probiotic-rich drink that has been enjoyed for over thousands of years. To make milk kefir, you'll need a glass jar. You'll need milk 500 ml, which I've already put in the glass jar. You'll need kefir grains, a plastic spoon, and a strainer. If you've ordered kefir grains from us, you'll receive them in a bottle like this. Take it through the strainer and remove all the extra liquid that you have received. This is the liquid that we send for safe transportation. So you have to let the liquid go and collect the grains. Once you have collected the grains, you transfer it to 500 ml milk. You give it a gentle stir and leave it aside for fermentation. Now the question is, how do you close the lid? You can either close it using a cloth lid, which allows for open air fermentation, which results in a creamier, silkier kefir, or you can even go for a closed lid fermentation, which is a safer way to ferment but leads to a thinner kefir, and the taste will also be slightly different. Now leave this jar at room temperature for 12 to 48 hours and let microbes do their work. As fermentation progresses, the grains consume lactose and produce beneficial compounds. The milk gradually thickens and develops a pleasant tangy aroma. Forget the clock for the moment and look for signs. Kefir ferments faster during summer and slower in winters. It can take anywhere between 12 to 48 hours. Watch for small air pockets, vase separation, a thicker consistency, and a pleasant tangy aroma. Once you have these signs, your kefir is ready. Before we go any further, let's talk about mold. The most commonly asked question is, how do I know if my kefir has gone bad? Mold is fuzzy spots on top of your kefir. If you see white, black, pink, brown patches on top of your kefir, it has gone bad. In which case, you should discard the entire batch. To ensure that your kefir stays safe, you need to ensure that you have washed the jar with hot water before starting. Do not use soap or any disinfecting liquid. Secondly, use fresh milk and ensure that your grains are healthy. If you're keeping these things in mind, it's quite rare to get mold in your kefir. These are 3 batches of kefir. This is the one we just made, so day 0. This has been fermenting for around 20 hours now. You can see some yellow air pockets being created. You can see some kind of vase separation. This is ready and this is perfect to be consumed. This one has been fermenting for around 48 hours now, and this is over fermented. It's summers here, so this has got fermented really fast, and 48 hours in summer is a long time. So you also have to look for signs during fermentation. When you start to see small air pockets, yellow vase separation, that's when the kefir is ready, and that's the right time to consume it so that you can avoid it getting over fermented. This kefir, this is not spoiled. This is also very safe to consume. Just that this will be very tangy. So if your kefir has over fermented because probably you got busy and you didn't check on it at the right time, in which case you can always consume it. You can dilute it with some milk. The grains are still safe. Use the grains for the next batch of fermentation, and the kefir you may choose to dilute with milk and then consume. Now comes the most important part, straining the ready kefir. Once your kefir is ready, pour it into a strainer. Use a plastic or wooden spoon and gently move the kefir around. The key word here is gently. Remember, these grains are living cultures that you'll use again and again. Avoid crushing them or forcing them through the strainer. If the kefir is particularly thick, you can even add a splash of milk to loosen it up. Be patient. After a few minutes, the kefir will pass through while the grains remain behind. Ensure there is no cream left and clear grains are seen. Once you have collected the grains, just transfer them to the fresh batch of milk and keep it for fermentation. These grains can last years when properly cared for and can make you hundreds of batches. And regarding the kefir which is ready, you can now keep it in the fridge and consume it within 15 days. How to consume kefir? You can drink it plain. You can start with 1 to 2 tablespoons daily and gradually increase depending on how your body responds. You can also flavor it with different fruits. I'll share the recipes at the end of this video. Or you can make smoothies, overnight oats, breakfast bowls, or even use it for salad dressings. Now, here's my secret kefir hack. And honestly, this is the reason why I am still able to make kefir regularly. You don't need to make kefir every day. If you have a busy lifestyle, simply place the grains in the milk, close with an airtight lid, and transfer it to the fridge. Because the fridge is cooler, fermentation slows down dramatically. So instead of getting ready in 1 to 2 days, the kefir takes 3 to 5 days to ferment. So instead of harvesting it every day, you just have to do it once every few days. Just look for the same signs we discussed earlier: air pockets, slight waste separation, and a thicker texture. Once ready, strain the kefir, transfer the grains into fresh milk, and repeat. For busy professionals, this method is a game changer. And now the fun part. If plain kefir isn't your thing, you can transform it into something completely different. Strawberry kefir, blueberry kefir, mango kefir, rose kefir. You can add any fruits or flavor of your choice. A good rule of thumb is adding around a cup of fruit and blending it with 500 ml of kefir. You can add more fruits if you'd like a stronger flavor. You can also choose to add jaggery, honey, or any sweetener of your choice to give it a sweeter flavor, because kefir in itself has a slightly tart nature. So you can feel free to balance it your way. And that's the magic of kefir. A spoonful of grains, a little patience, and milk transforms into a probiotic-rich superfoods. Once you know the process, it's one of the most easiest fermented foods to make at home. If you have any questions about kefir or you have any suggestions for the next videos, please drop in the comments below. And if you'd like to learn about dairy-free water kefir, probiotic sodas, and other fermented foods, make sure you've subscribed. I'll see you in the next video.